What is up, guys? Welcome back to a new tactics testing video, and today we have Pep Loves a Goal by Craig1103. I don't think this is going to work with the teams that are in this test, but Guardiola is the god of football. He's not Bielsa, but he's up there. Let's jump into the tactic and see what we are working with. So here we are. As you can see, it's another weird one, but I love this kind of stuff. We have in goal a sweep the keeper. On defend, we have tackle harder as his instruction. We have a flat back three, all ball playing defenders on defend. On the left hand side, we have dribble more, shoot less often, and stay wider. In the middle, dribble more, close down more, and tackle harder. Then on the right hand side, dribble more, stay wider, close down more, and tackle harder. We have two attacking inverted wing backs, both with no further instructions on. On the right hand side, sorry, he has tackle harder. Some unknown reason why that would be different, but okay. In the middle of the park, a roaming playmaker on support with more direct passes. We have two attacking midfielders on support, both with more direct passing. Take more risks, run wide with the ball, roam from position and stay wider. And up top, two advanced forwards, the right hand side with tackle harder. Positive mentality, we are shorter passing, we are passing into space, playing out of defence, low crosses, dribbling less, working the ball into the box, being more disciplined and underlapping both left and right. In transition, we are rolling it out, distributing quickly, counter and counter pressing. Then out of possession, a much higher defensive line with a high press, pressing more often, preventing the short goal distribution, getting stuck in and dropping off more. So that is the tactic. Let's jump in, see how we got on with Leeds, and see if this is going to be a good one or if it's going to be another one where the teams I picked for this are absolutely terrible. Let's find out. So here we are with Leeds, and shock horror, we have been sacked. This is just because I think the Leeds team, after the last update, they're just terrible. I mean, it's like real life, they are terrible, but they used to actually be doing something, but not this time. So we got sacked. When did we get sacked? We got sacked on the 18th of February. That's a bummer. So what happened up until the 18th of February? So it was after the Liverpool game. Wow. Jesus. Okay, so a very nice pre-season. We were playing teams that aren't very good. Then as soon as the season starts, getting battered by Nottingham Forest, battered by Everton, and then beating Leicester 4-1. I mean, we got a draw here against West Ham, a win against Tottenham in the Premier League, EFL Cup second round, straight out of that 2-0 to Burnley. I mean, we actually even saw the FA Cup. We got to a replay against Liverpool, not know with getting 2 goals, then a 4-1 capitulation at Anfield, knocks us out of there. But in between there, honestly, I mean, we got a nice, November was our best month. I mean, we lost to Bournemouth here, Palace, Brighton. Oh, this has not went well at all. Obviously, we got sacked after the Liverpool game. I mean, to beat Brighton is mental to me. Brighton, Wolves, Villa. So Brighton and Villa this season doing really well in real life, as we know. Wolves 2-1. I mean, it was basically 2-0. We got a 94th minute goal. And then just getting decked by every man and his dog. If we go to the Premier League, Nuno has 11 goals. So he is on the top goal scorers list. Average rating, we won't be at all. Obviously, there's been a few months since we lost our job. Aronson, 8 assists, joint 11th. Be interesting to see the stats for the actual players, I think, just to see what was happening. I mean, it'll probably work better at the next clubs because these are a very, very weak side for the Premier League anyway. 13 for Nonto, 9 for Rodrigo. He's listed, he's unhappy, I imagine. Oh my God, £3.4 million. 9 for Rodrigo, 7 for Sinisterra, 6 for Koch. And assists, we have 8 for Aronson, 5 for Nonto, 4 apiece for Adams, Rodrigo, Greenwood and Ayling. All in all, for Leeds, this hasn't worked, but I'm feeling a little bit more positive about the other two teams. They're a little bit more competitive in their divisions. So with that, another relegation added to the stack. There'll be another one probably on Saturday when we lose to Bournemouth. There'll be another relegation for Leeds, so that's good. But let's jump over to Hull and see how they got on. Here with Hull, we haven't had a very good season. A 9th place finish, need to get into the playoffs. That's how close the playoffs were there. So 75 for us, and the edge of the playoffs is like what there. So we could just snuck in. Didn't manage to win the end by a point. But 5th round of the FA Cup and 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. Let's first look at the Carabao Cup. So we go here. A 6-1 win in the first round against Harrogate, a 4 win against Shrewsbury in the second, and in the third, a 5-2 loss to Premier League Wolves. It'll be interesting to see where that is in relation to how many fixtures we played, because that seems like a bit of an outlier. And then in the FA Cup, beating both Borough and Brentford. Brentford a very strong Premier League side, and then only penalties to Burnley. So that's not the end of the world. I do want to see where these came in relation to league games. So EFL Cup here, I mean, we had a bit of a stinking run, didn't we? It's not the best run in the world. I do want to see who is at the top end. So Borough went up, Norwich, West Brom and Blackburn. Blackburn obviously third, didn't go up, but up there. So we lost 4-0 to Blackburn. Norwich at the start of the season, we beat them 5-1. So you're thinking start of the season, you're flying high. You look at them two results there. And then a 4-1 and a 2-0 at the end. Lost 4-2 at West Brom first time round. Big wins though. Sheffield United 4-0. Cardiff 6-2. Swansea 3-0. Even Luton 3-1's a very, very good result. It's kind of hit and miss, isn't it? You either set off flying. Look at this month here. A 6-1 against QPR. 4-0 Huddersfield. 4-1 Borough. And 4-0 Wigan. It's one of them, if you don't set off flying, I think then you start struggling, don't you? Obviously, against Burnley and Borough here, they just knew how to sit up against them, I imagine, and that did cost them. That is what happens sometimes with these tactics. The computer grows a little bit wise, doesn't it? And does try to absolutely shaft you. But let's have a look at the goal scorers. I can already see Aaron Connolly there with 19. He's in third. Savda Banesh, 18, joint 6th. Average ratings, we are top. Aaron Connolly is top with a 7.24. Hell of a season for him. He is someone we've not actually seen at the top of that before. Jean-Michel Seri with 13 assists, leads the assists. Aaron Connolly with 10. He's going to be probably high up when we look at the team in 2 seconds' time. Tufan also got 8, but if we look at the team, I want to see the assists. 18 for Seri, 11 for Connolly, 9 for Tufan, then 6 apiece for a lot of players. You've got Cynic, you've got Traore, you've got Pelkas. Cynic's not at the club, is he? What am I playing at here? You've got 6 apiece for Traore, Pelkas and Savda Banesh. Goals, 23 for Connolly, 19 for Savda Banesh, 13 for Ebiowi, 12 for Seri, and then 9 for Tufan. 18 contributions there for Tufan. Very, very nice to see. Average ratings, we got 4 above a 7. Obviously, we got a lot in the 0.9s. All in all, this is a successful season for these. They wanted to get in the top half. They've got in the top half. They only just missed out on the playoffs. All in all, I'm going to take this as a positive. So 75 points, we'll put them back in the kitty and we head over to Bromley. Here we are at Bromley, and as you can see, we've got a trophy. The FA trophy comes back to our stadium. First round of the FA Cup, and in the league, where did we end up? Ended up in 5th place. So that is actually the playoffs. We can see how we got on in the playoffs. Wrexham also not going up. A little bit of a bum on that for Ryan Reynolds. But let's first of all go to the cups. I want to see how we got to the final of the FA Trophy and brought it home. And oh my God. 4-3 Weymouth, 8-4 Southend, 3-1 Kings Lynn, 2-0 Bournemouth, 6-1 Oldham, and then 3-2 in the final against promoted Gateshead. Makes that come home to us. So ridiculous wins. I think we're going to see a lot of big scores here. 3-0 against Hungerford and a 4-2 loss against league side Crewe Alexandria in the FA Cup. Nothing to be ashamed about there at all, but I'm more interested about this. I want to see some big results. Look at this month, just crushing teams. Before you know, coming unstuck, it always happens. You always come unstuck against like a bang average team and easily got relegated in the end. It always happens. A team towards the end of the bottom end of the league will just beat you randomly. And then Notts County turned us over, obviously won the league by an absolute landslide. Drawn with York, another win against Oldham there. Then this is a bit of a disappointing month. You think that we're kind of on the slide down, and after that month, the 5-5. It's definitely interesting. A 4-3 against Wrexham, 3-0 Wealdstone, 3-1 against Scunthorpe, 4-2 Southend there. I mean, lost to Halifax. 5-1 loss. So it is one of them. If you're not scoring, you get took away. 4-0 against Wrexham, with an arguably this is a much weaker team than Wrexham. So to get that result is absolutely spot on. First round of the playoffs of 4-1 against Dagenham and Redbridge, and then a 6-3 loss. You can't even put down the red card, can you? Really? I mean, it was 5-3 anyway. They've scored one after that. A 6-3 loss to Chesterfield. Chesterfield obviously go on to the final and lose to Gateshead. It's hard to pick fault with that. Really, that is ridiculous. What a ridiculous season. How many goals have we scored? Let's have a quick look. If we go to stages, goals scored this season, we have scored 95 and conceded 81. So it is gung-ho, isn't it? If it doesn't work out, you do get punished. If we go to overview, top goal scorer Michael Cheek, he's joint with Joe quickly with 34. I mean, I thought we'd have more in this. Average rating, Cheek at the top with 7.43. We must have a few in the assists because of the amount of goals he scored. Bingham with 15. We've got Cheek with 12. Forster with 11. Cheek, by the way, is going to have so many goal contributions, and it's going to be ridiculous when we look at this. Dennis is 9. If we go to squad, Cheek with 40 goals and 15 assists. That's 55 goal contributions. That's spot on. Above a 7.5 average rating, probably the biggest I've ever seen on one of these rebuilds. So one of these tactic testing videos. 20 for Kendall, 12 for Burkamp, and 12 for Marriott. Then on the assists, we have 18 for Bingham, 15 for Cheek, 14 for Foster, and then 13 for Kendall. And Louis Denny with 10 of both. He's just been a very proficient all the way through these tactic testings, to be honest with you. So we have a total of 76 points, which means the average is 61. And with that, it is not at the top, sadly. This league is getting very packed, very, very close scores. It does take something special to really push up, but this tactic is actually very, very interesting. I would suggest you use this. Obviously, it's going to be difficult if you haven't got the right squad, but if you can get in some good, especially at this lower level, if you can get in some good players on frees from Man United, Cities, people that are getting released, you can honestly, you can smash teams. We've proved that here. I mean, you don't draw a lot, but either win or lose, and that is enough to get yourself up that table. That is going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know if you have a tactic you want to see can make the top of the leaderboard. Next time we're here, we're going to have a JYR tactic, so it means we are going to be pushing for top of the table. But until then, guys, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.